Happy New Year! Welcome to our 6th tea time. For today's practice, this one's going to be a special one. You're going to need something to write on that can go into the earth, so something like a leaf. Something to burn, so just a piece of paper or something. And something to keep. So if there's like a fancy little kind of paper you like or something, I wish we were all together doing this and I could give you one of these because these are so cute. But just a little like fun paper, that you can keep. I haven't decided. There are sirens. Sorry. I haven't decided which one I want to use, but I feel like one of these. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So something to bury, something to burn, something to keep. And our journals. That's all we need. Today's coffee. I ruined my joke. Today's tea is coffee. I ruined it. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get started. So I have some things planned, but I'm also just going to kind of wing it because I feel like it's fun that way. This will be a longer tea time. If you want to break it up in sections, go for it. I also posted a crash course that can coincide with setting goals and stuff with your New Year's practice. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we're just going to do a quick little check-in meditation. So get comfy real quick. Let's connect to our breath. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do. Bring your attention to your heart center. Let's call in the energy of this past year. 2022, what a year it has been. Just sit in it in your heart. Imagine it as a little ball, a little pearl, sitting in your heart. What does its energy feel like? What is the experience? What emotions, what sensations, textures, smells, tastes, sounds? What encompasses this year? Just take a moment to sit with it. Honor it. Are there any parts of your body that particularly are connected to this year? Or are perhaps feeling a little uncomfortable right now or feeling particularly grand? Just draw your attention to those parts and inquire. What's there? Why is it in that body part? What would it like to share? Give it love. Approach it in a non-judgmental way. Just meet it where it is. Meet it with curiosity. When you're done with that, we're going to draw our focus back to our heart space. Letting go of this past year and now standing in the boundary between last year and next year. This in-between space. What does the energy here feel like? Keeping in mind that we write our future. What kind of year does your higher self want you to call in for yourself? Imagine that as a pearl in your heart and experience it. What does it feel like? What textures, colors, smells, tastes, sounds are present? What physical sensations? Explore this year that your higher self wants you to call in. This is the path of your highest good, your alignment, your abundance. What would that be like if this was your best year yet? Sometimes the word best can feel a little off-putting. So if you're struggling with that phrasing, what if this year allows you to feel the most like you? What would that feel like? You don't need any specific images. They can all be very abstract sensations, but just take a moment to experience and explore it. Explore your body. What parts of your body most align with this year? Which parts struggle with it? Why do they feel that way? Do they have anything they need? Do they have anything to share? What new ideas, beliefs, perspectives can you shift now to help you align to this year of being you? Send love to yourself, gratitude to yourself for all of this work, for being willing and brave enough to explore and shift and try on new things, for trusting. Give yourself some love. Let's come back to this in-between state of last year and next year. Sit at the fence line, at the boundary. Let's bring our attention back to our breath. Come into your body, begin wiggling your fingers and toes, and open your eyes when you're ready. All right, my friends. So we're going to go through, now that we are kind of tuned into ourselves and how our body and our heart and our higher self feels about where we have been and where we're going, we're going to kind of begin reflecting. So we're going to, let's see. Let's start with some journaling. So I'm going to write today's date, which is the 30th of December. Okay, what I want you to do I'm going to say in honor of 2022. Okay, I want you, and this is going to sound excessive, but I want you to do it. I want you to write, this year, in 2022, I'm proud of myself for, I want you to write about 40 to 50 things, okay? That's a lot. So take your time. If you start running out of things to write about, you can start talking about smaller things, such as, I'm proud of myself for lighting this candle. I'm proud of myself for getting this candle. I'm proud of myself for buying this because I love the way that it looks. It brings me happiness. I'm proud of myself for getting this plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's already a bunch of stuff. So don't get hung up on them having to be like these big major things. Like, yes, obviously honor yourself for those, but just let it all go. Here we go. Also, keep in mind that we are in control of our reality. So if there's somebody you met, you can say, I'm proud of myself for meeting this person, because you put yourself in a position that got you to meet them. You know what I'm saying? Okie dokie. So now that we have our list out, I want you to write 4 main lessons that you learned. Sorry, posted a reel and my phone was going crazy. 4 lessons you learned, 3 habits you'd like to release, and 2 goals, intentions for this coming year. I don't know why I did those numbers. That just happened naturally. You can adjust the amount, but if you don't know what to do, you can go with my 4-3-2. So let's start with 4 lessons learned. Okay, so my 4 lessons just to share, and if you want to share yours as well, feel free. 1, comfort zone never fosters quantum leaping. I really like intense growth. And when you stay in your comfort zone, there's only so far you can go. And I feel like I was trying to previously really move forward in life by taking risks, but they were still very calculated. And I think this year I really went balls to the wall and balls to the wall, whichever one it is. And risks are a good thing sometimes. Yeah, that was a good lesson for me. Second one, discomfort does not mean bad. I've had to move through a lot of discomfort because I've taken a lot of risks this year and gone through a lot of change. And through it all, I've really come to become comfortable with discomfort. And it's like not the like, oh, I'm uncomfortable because this is new. No, it's like physically I feel very uncomfortable. Like my stomach is literally tightened, which before I would have thought meant that something bad was happening, but it's just so out of my comfort zone that I'm like, what the hell is this? So I've really learned to maneuver that, which has been wonderful. Third, love is always the answer. Love is so healing. Oh, so nourishing. It is just, I feel like this year I've really come to understand deeply the power it holds. And fourth, I am all. I've really come to understand my power this year in ways that I never would have expected. I will talk about both of those. Whoa, look at that. Hopefully that's not loud. In my podcast episode, because yeah, there's been a lot that has happened this year. Okay, 3 habits you would like to release, or however many habits you'd like. this is hard for me for some reason. I'm going to share my first two to see if it'll help. So my first habit I'd like to break is saying sorry. I have a bad habit of like, if I feel like I do something even remotely wrong, I immediately apologize, even if I'm felt in that moment that if I could do it again, I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I guess, technically sorry. It's just more of like filler to express empathy. And I feel like I want to not do that. I want to stand behind myself more and my actions. If I do something wrong, I want to talk about it and come up with a resolution and an understanding rather than just putting a Band-Aid on it. Second thing, overthinking / not trusting myself, because there's been so much new naturally that comes with insecurity. And I've really learned that insecurity does not help anything or anybody at all whatsoever. So that's definitely something I want to let go of. And third, not speaking up. This year, I've really had to say what's on my mind. I've had a permanent cough since I was 9 years old. I think I spoke about this before. I think in my last podcast, or 2 podcasts ago, the part 1 of my revelations, whatever. In, when was it, August or something like that, I started really speaking up, which helped my cough. And I realized now, I was talking to my boyfriend and he mentioned that I don't cough anymore. Like, yeah, I cough because I have allergies and postnasal drip, but it's maybe like once a day versus once every 30 minutes. And I'm not kidding. Wow, that's so cool. So that's definitely, I want to keep going with that momentum. Okay, just for the fun of it, let's do 3 habits to keep. I guess technically that would fall under that. Speaking of. This was far easier for me. So speaking up, I've been playing with clothing more this year and just like, physical expression or like hair, makeup. I've been playing a little bit more with it. I definitely want to keep that going. And welcoming in spontaneity. That's been a huge lesson, and there's a part of me that is scared that as time goes on, I'm going to go back to a state of like structure. But I'm going to make that promise to myself now that you always have a choice, and I choose to continue being open and accepting of spontaneity. When things go awry, I'm going to just be whatever about it, just let it go and go with the flow, not taking anything personally. Oh, that feels good. Okay. The last thing, 2 things to call in for 2023. Okay. 1 is love in all forms. Love, period. The second one, I don't know how to put it into words, so I just wrote self, but it's just basically like operating authentically as myself. Like operating as my higher self now. You know what I'm saying? So just like, I call in love and I call in Amber. And that is my 2023. Okay, so now we're going to move into Ooh, should we do this first? Yes, let's do this first. Let's do one of these first. Okay, so I want you to take your thing to burn. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to write a couple sentences on this, releasing things we want to release from this past year. So the 3 habits we want to release, 3 beliefs you want to release, 3 physical, just 3 things you want to release. What is staying in 2022? Okay, so for me, I wrote 4 because 2 of them kind of go together. I wrote unconfidence. I don't even think that's a word. The opposite of confidence. Insecurity. Duh. Okay, insecurity / shyness. Distrust. And 3, holding back, which also goes with shyness and insecurity, but it's slightly different. Like, I'm not going to hold back because I'm worried of how somebody's going to take something or it being uncomfortable for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? No holding back, no insecurity, no distrust. Let's take this paper, fold it up, put it in your hands, put it on your heart. Oh, there are parts of us that have resonated with these things for a reason. Whether it be due to circumstances growing up, things we've been told, whatever it is, there are parts of ourselves that reside in these things and have been for a while. And those parts of us are disconnected from our whole. They don't have access to the same feelings of love, happiness, alignment that other parts of us do, you know? So we're going to give those parts of ourselves some much deserved love and respect. So take the first thing that you wrote. Mine was insecurity. Call in those parts of you that operate from the state of your first thing. So in my body, I'm feeling like I kind of want to cave in. You know, it's like the parts of me that feel insecure, that resonate with that, are coming forward. I'm going to send them so much love. I'm going to tell them that they are perfect. They are so perfect. They are beautiful. They are wonderful. They are so special. Just take a moment to send love to those parts of yourself. Seeing them for who they are, which is just a part of source energy. It's a part of love. That's just forgotten that. If emotions come up right now, allow them to. Judgment is not welcome here. Just be with yourself. Send those parts of you a big hug. I love you. And I always will. You are so special. and you are deserving of everything you want. It's time to go back home. Back home to source energy. Back home to love. Back home to peace. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with our second one. Forgot what mine was. Oh, distrust. So now we're going to activate distrust in our bodies. Or your second thing, sorry. Activate your second thing in your body. Same thing. Send it love. Meet it where it is. I see you, and I feel you. I acknowledge you, and I love you. Ooh, give that part of you a big hug, a bunch of love. You are so special, you are so worthy, you are so deserving of peace, love, and happiness. It's time to go home. It's time to find that. It's time for you to return to source. Thank you for your time with me. Okay, and finally the third thing. Okay, call it into your body. Same thing, send it love. Thank you for being with me. You've taught me so much, and I will take those lessons, continue to implement them. It's time for you to return home to love and peace and support. Thank you for this adventure. It's time for you to go back to source energy. All right, take this paper. We're going to blow 3 times. So I want you to think of every exhale you take, you are blowing any remaining fragments of those things into this piece of paper, okay? 3 breaths, 3 exhales to release it all out of your body. Here we go. We're going to light this on fire to release it from our body, our mind, our energy, our hearts. It's time for it to return home. And the smoke helps it go there. As you burn it, just send love, bid farewell, ouch, to those parts of yourself. It's normal to feel a little bit sad. We're kind of mourning right now. Mourning old parts of us that are leaving. But so grateful for their time with us and the lessons and adventures they've given us. I hope this glass doesn't explode. maybe not the smartest thing doing it in a candle, but it's okay. You live and you learn. Okay, let's get on with that burn. Whew. Feel a little bit lightheaded, and if you feel the same, that's totally normal. With deep energy work, it's normal to your frequency raises, especially if you release a lot. That's a lot of weight. You let it go, shoot, you shoot up, which can make you feel a little bit dizzy. So if you need to take a moment, go for it. Okay. Next, we're going to take our thing to keep. You know what? I'm going to just mix these. I'm missing one. There's one that I wanted. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Okay. 2023. Which one? Okay. So for your thing to keep, we're going to write basically like past, present, future. I learned. I am. I call in. I learned, so just one sentence summing up what you learned this year as best you can. Just sum it up straight to the point. I learned alignment or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just one word to sum it all up, or a couple words if necessary. I am. Where are you currently? And this isn't like I am feeling wishy-washy. Like, no. Who are you right now? The essence of your soul. Who is your soul right now? Right now, my soul is a sparkly... I'm seeing an image, but I don't know how to explain it. I am a sparkling unicorn elf. You can say, I am an embodiment of love. I am a beautiful, transforming butterfly. Whatever you want. Who are you? What is the essence of your soul right now? I call in. What do you want to call in this year? I call in alignment. I call in, what are the two things? We already did that. I call in love and amber. More amber. Okay? So I learned I am I call in. This is something that you want to kind of keep handy as your reminder of this path, where you're going. This is your token to keep with you for this coming year. To keep you aligned and connected to yourself and this path that your higher self is calling in for you. Okay? Finally, we're going to take our leaf thing. You're going to write either a word or a sentence. This leaf is kind of crusty, so I'm just going to do words with a marker. But you're going to write, let's do 3, 1 to 3 things. I'd say more 2 to 3 range, but if you're only feeling 1, that's fine. Of seeds you want to plant. You're going to bury this. So you're going to set an intention. So for the things that you're calling in, we put 2. Let's add another 3, or you can keep the 2, whatever you want. Write them on this leaf, and then once we're finished, go outside and just bury it, or put it in the bush, or put it in snow, or, just let it go. Let it go. We're setting it out for Earth to do her thing and grow these beautiful seeds into something. Let's write our name on the leaf. Amber. And then what are your seeds? Okay, let's infuse this. So hold your leaf or whatever you got. Call in the energy of the first thing. So mine is love. So I'm just going to call in the pure essence of love and sit in it and imagine it running through my body, through my hands, into the leaf. So you're just like infusing it with pure love, or your pure of your first thing. As you do this, be aware of the experience of it. What are the textures? What are the colors? What are the smells, tastes? Make it tangible. Now call in the second thing. Now the third thing. If you feel any discomfort in any of those, just lean into it a little bit. Have a moment to discuss with the discomfort what it has to say, what it's scared of, what it needs for you to support it. And then let it go and try again. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pause this right now. If you want to pause as well to go bury your thing right now, go for it. If you want to save it, you can, but I feel like I want to do it now. All right, we're going to close that little section by giving love to ourselves real quick. Sometimes when what we call in is something that is very much in alignment, things that are not in alignment must be trimmed to make room, or to allow what is in alignment with us to gain the nourishment it needs. You know what I'm saying? If you have a bunch, it's like with fruit trees. sometimes you're supposed to, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just going with it. With fruit trees, like if the fruits are all too small, you're supposed to chop some of them off so that more nourishment and energy can go to just a few, which makes them like all nice and plump and stuff like that. So same thing, if our energy is being dispersed in too many areas, it can take away from what really matters. And that can be a difficult truth sometimes, but we're just going to give ourselves love, support, forgiveness, room for error, as we embark on this journey aligning with our highest path. So just take a minute to express that to yourself however you need. If you feel like singing or dancing or spinning in circles or hugging yourself or laying down, whatever it is, just take a moment to give yourself some well-deserved love and support and encouragement, motivation as we embark on this journey together. Feels good. Okay. Last practice for today. And I realized I forgot to do this last tea time. I'm going to pull us some crystal cards, some oracle cards, and a quote. Because I got this for Christmas, and it's a bunch of little quotes, and I thought it'd be fun to pull one. Okay. So for crystals, which crystal will help us with this stepping into the new year? What can help support us as we walk through the pearly gates of our highest path? Okay. Okay, we've got two here. Apophyllite. What it is, apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, Nagtrampa. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Sometimes the way this is written doesn't make sense to me. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like your but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost you. Beam yourself up. Way up. This one is Herkimer diamond. Herkimer. What it is. Oh, here. There it is. Herkimer diamonds are not, in fact, diamonds. They are far more attainable, extra hard, clear quartz beauties with their own alluring energetic properties. Found in New York's Mohawk Valley, the clarity and two naturally faceted ends, i.e. double termination, of Herkimers earn them their diamond moniker. Two naturally faceted. Did I say that? I don't know. Who needs it? Reiki masters, travelers on the spiritual path, highly sensitive people. Where to put it? In spaces you want to zone as sacred. When to use it? When you're reaching for clearer than ever through spirituality, therapy, or healing work. Brush off all those unwanted vibes with Herkimer Diamond. Power wash your energy. This one personally does not resonate with me as much as the Herkimer. As I read it, I don't even know what the hell I just said. This one, however, does. So if both resonate, great. If one does, perfect. Don't worry about the other one. As always, you don't have to physically have these crystals with you. You can print out a picture energy transcends space and time, so you can just sit calling in the energy of them to like lead you throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to physically have them with you in order to reap the benefits from them. Okay, so those are our crystal friends, which I feel like coincide with this new year. Okay, and then some oracle cards just to guide us on the way. What will help us with this stepping into the new year? No, this one and this one. Ooh, hoo-hoo. Uh-oh. Nope. I shouldn't say that. I always do that when they come up upside down. Okay, we've got New Life and Go the Distance, both upside down. New Life. It says, this coffee is kicking my ass. It's starting to kick in. What is this? Go the Distance? No, New Life. Okay. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New Life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. Aw, that's nice. So that fits. New chapter, new energies. Don't rush. It's okay not to know things. It's okay not to know where you're going. It doesn't matter. This is a new chapter. So allow yourself to be new. Embrace that new wonder. Okay, now for Go the Distance. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. Also feels very fitting. Often when we shift into a new state of operating, there's this weird in-between time where there's a little bit of like growing pains. Our energy has already expanded into this new state of operating, and our physical body is kind of taking its damn time, which can feel very frustrating because it's like, I want to be there already. Why am I not there? This is driving me crazy. I don't know what else to do. You know, this like, I've been going forever. It's just this like frustrating thing. That is a sign that you are almost at that moment of explosive expansion. You just have a little bit more to go. Take care of yourself. Trim those little dead bits that don't need your attention. Focus on what's important. If you want to make a list, this is helpful for me. Make a list of like friends. How do I want to show up in my friendships? Love. How do I want to show up in love? Work. How do I want to show up in, you know what I'm saying? And be very specific. Like, I want to spend this much time. I want to make sure, like, handle interactions this is how I'm going to set boundaries or whatever it is, and stick to that. Clarify, focus, do like 3 to 5 things for each of those and stick to that, you know? Very simple. Simplify your life. Focus on what's important to you. It'll help everything else kind of clarify and allow you to trim off all of that dead stuff so that you can step into this new state of operating. I feel like, and I've been feeling like this for a while, this past year was one of deep transformation, and we're going into a stage now where we've learned so much and we've changed so much, and it's kind of up to us whether we stay in school or finally graduate and do something with our degree. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word or a better example. We've learned a lot. You don't need to keep learning. You don't need to keep going through cycles. Cycles have been put to rest. It's time to move forward and do something with that information. Actively implement it. Don't run backwards and keep checking your notes. You have it. Trust yourself. You have access to all of that information. You have access to it all. Trust it. Okay. And finally, our quote to close. What quote will be good for us? Here we go. I'm going to read both of these. The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning. I love that. By Ivy Baker Priest. The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning. I am obsessed. Second thing, nothing is worth more than this day. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Nothing is worth more than this day. All we have is the present moment, and that is powerful. That's where we make magic happen. Not in the past, not in the future. It's right now, and nothing is more valuable than that. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Okay. Last thing to tie up this last little section. Get your journals out once more. We're just going to put some... I lost my pen. We're just going to put... I'm going to use a marker. This last little section into a reflection. So we pulled some crystal cards, some oracle cards. How can you implement those in your day-to-day? How does this quote resonate with you? Just final thoughts about how you're feeling, where you are, where we're going. Final exam to gain your diploma. Okay, I'm going to share what I wrote because I kind of like it. It feels poetic. I said, I'm feeling hopeful and ready for a grand adventure. I am no longer scared, for I am the ones I encounter. I am no longer blinded, as I am all, and as such have access to all information when it is needed. I am no longer needing, because I have everything I've ever wanted. The magic is now. This is the beginning. I love. I am. I heal. Final exam. A+. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for today's little practice. This was really wonderful. I'm feeling so good. warm our hands up. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for your open hearts, your open minds. Thanks for getting vulnerable. Thanks for reflecting. Thanks for playing. I love you. I am so grateful for you. Here's to the new year. I'll see you then. Mwah!